There's a bit of early morning tension for the first test match between New Zealand and Pakistan here at lovely Seddon Park in Hamilton, New Zealand. First of two, of course, in this brief series before the players get stuck into their coloured clothing and World Cup preparations. But Pakistan, they have won the toss this morning, and the man in the floppy hat is their skipper, Misbah al-Haq, and he has decided that they will bowl first on what looks to be a pretty brown and good-looking batting pitch, but he says there's enough grass out there and enough cloud cover that his bowlers might get something out of it. But gee, for that angle, it does look to be a pretty good one to be having a hit on. You wouldn't be too worried, I wouldn't think. McCullum, McIntosh out there in the middle for New Zealand. Guptill, Taylor, Ryder, Williamson to follow. Reece Young on debut, the 250th Test player for New Zealand, and he's playing his 100th first-class game in the process. Daniel Vettori, Tim Southee, Brent Arnell and Chris Martin. And for Pakistan, Mohammad Hafiz, Tawfiq Umar, Azhar Ali, Yunus Khan, Misbah al-Haq, Asad Jafiq, Adnan Akmal, the keeper, Abdur Rahman, who was, of course, the spinner, and Umar Gul, very much part of the lineup as well, particularly maybe with some reverse swing later on in the piece. Brendan McCullum on the left, Tim McIntosh on the right, as we head across to the commentary box this morning to our first pairing of our overseas visitor, and welcome to Ramiz Raja, and a very good morning too to Grant Nisbet.
Morning, Smithy. Morning, everyone. Yes, as you say, always a bit of tension around on the first day of the first Test match.
Brendan McCullum has been in smashing form in the game that he played against Pakistan, got a double 100, and you've got to fear for his talent if you're a Pakistani bowler, and especially Umar Gul, because he can take any opposition on. Just a little surprising to see Pakistan with the ball after winning the toss. It could stem from the fact that their top order failed quite miserably in that three-day game. Hafiz getting 4, Tawfiq 1, Yunus Khan just 7, Shafiq 19, Azhar Ali 15. So Pakistan protecting the batting lineup and asking their inexperienced bowling lineup to do the job.
Okie doke. First ball of the Test match, Umar Gul, the bowler. And McIntosh underway immediately as New Zealand get their first run. Came off the bat too as he dropped it away on the leg side. So a little bit of a green tinge perhaps down at the far end, the end to which Gul is bowling to. So McCullum has taken his time, but he's almost set to go again. This was the 5th ball of the first over. He took one hand off the bat, and it's flown away to the boundary. Not particularly convincing, but the first boundary of the Test match.
Well, a good way to get off the mark, even though he didn't have a lot of control over that cover drive, but this is how he plays. He wants to dominate, slicing the ball in the air away from the fielder. No one patrolling the cover area. You've got a point and a squarish mid-off.
And that's bounced in front of third slip. So a pretty useful first over from Umar Gul, and New Zealand are 5 without loss.
One day in 2020 stuff.
Good looking shot, beautiful shot. Just played through the line with lovely timing, and McIntosh picks up his first boundary.
Well, the idea is right from Tanveer, because he's got to pitch the ball up. He's a good swinger of the ball, but have a look at that perfect drive through the offside. Great balance, beautifully driven, finding the gap effortlessly. Didn't overhit it, knew exactly how to play that drive through the offside.
Oh, he's gone. Beautifully picked up. And Pakistan have struck early. McIntosh out, caught in the slips. And New Zealand lose their first wicket at 9.
Well, this is what Pakistan needed, a bit of a lift. And it has been provided by Tanveer Ahmed. Beautiful delivery, teasing him around his off stump. And Yunus Khan is a tremendous fielder anyway, especially in the slip cordon. Took a low catch with both hands, and so Pakistan off the mark. Just the kind of dose they needed.
So away goes McIntosh, and New Zealand 9 for 1 in replacing Tim McIntosh. Average of close to 34. Now he faces up to Tanvir Ahmed. And that's the end of a very good over. So after 2 overs, New Zealand 9 for 1.
Bit more pacey than Tanvir Ahmed. Omar Gul, nice high arm action. Conditions should suit his style of bowling.
Well, they've gone up, but the umpire, Rod Tucker, not convinced at all. Just thought the bowler was perhaps a little belated in his appeal. He seemed a little more convinced behind the wicket.
It did sound a little woody in the replay also. And I think that is what got the keeper excited. There, have a listen there. Clearly a sound, a noise. Umar Gul reacting late, and that could have put the umpire off.
I have to say in this test there's no ability for the teams to refer upstairs. A glorious inconsistency in world cricket at the moment. Edged and short of Yunus Khan this time. So it's not easy for the batsman.
It's difficult to stand in the slips when Brendan McCullum is on strike, because he can really go hard at the ball. And so you feel that you need to be pushing yourself a few yards back there, just opening the face of the blade, hanging his bat at that delivery, and not carrying to Yunus Khan on the bounce.
At Seton Park as the 4th over about to be bowled. Oh, nice shot. Beautiful from Guptill. Down the onside, everything in the right place, and off to the boundary it goes.
Yes, he was serene, comfortable driving that one. He's a good driver. Guptill there in a great position to play that on driver. Really is a special shot when you execute it in that fashion. Easily done. Let's not forget the last time he was driven for a 4, he picked up a wicket. So
oh, that slipped away. McCullum really had no idea at all, and he's managed to find a gap in the slip field, and he's picked up a streaky boundary.
Well, he wants to feel the ball on the bat, and McCullum comes hard at the ball. There you see him once again twisting at the crease, and another lucky escape for him. He's pretty deep at that position.
Oh, well played again. Guptill, that's 2 now. Down the onside as Gul over pitches, and Martin Guptill, beautiful on the drive, picks up another boundary, and it's 22 for 1. Lovely shot. Dropped it short. McCullum said, thanks very much. And away it goes. And that's a far more convincing shot.
What a shot off the back foot. Really did thump it hard in position early to play that half trekker from Tanvir Ahmed. He doesn't have the pace, so was penalized for all the right reasons. Short and wide, you just cannot bowl that length and that flavor of delivery to Brendan McCullum, who's always looking to dominate and attack you.
Calls for the single, might be tight. Oh, I tell you what, they're going to go again and get a second run, and we're going to see whether that second run counts now, because it's being referred upstairs to Gary Baxter.
Azharali was the fielder at mid-off, and Brendan McCullum is the man who was running at his end. Direct hit, how close is it? No, he's well inside the line, so no damage done. grounding his bat, putting extra bit of effort with his running, and so he's safe. And in fact, picks up an extra run. Yeah, green light is on. He's safe.
So I really like the intent that both Guptill and McCullum are showing.
Gets this one away, gets this through the gap. It was another close one, but he hit down on that and placed it well.
Well, just like that, that's the intent. These New Zealanders are looking to score and to score quickly. Too much width on this sort of wicket. Slow in nature. Too much time for Martin Guptill just to seize up the opportunity and pick his spot, really. And that's a lovely shot behind point. So Guptill dealing in boundaries.